Hi traders, this is Chris from Elite Currency with a new video and update on the euro dollar and pound dollar. Alright, so this is the euro dollar 4-hour chart, and we got the bearish break to the downside. On Tuesday we were analyzing whether the break will be up or down. It was 50-50 in my view, just waiting for price to either break below the support zone at 114.30, or if it is a bullish break above the 21 EMA, which it never actually ever managed. So it broke to the downside, and if you look at the daily chart, there's a pretty good daily candle so far, or yesterday closed near the low, indicating strength and control by the bears, pulling away from the 21 EMA as well. So I think there's a good chance of a continuation down to the previous bottom at 113. If it were to break above yesterday's high here at 114.75, then of course this bearish scenario is invalidated or at least temporarily put on hold, and we'll have to see how price develops after that. What kind of patterns do we see? So as long as it stays below yesterday's high, I think there's a good chance of continuation, at least to retest 113. Now, what will it do at 113? I think it's 50-50 if it's going to bounce or break. It certainly is an important decision zone, but I think maybe a slight advantage to the upside, because in my view, probably still more likely that this is a wave ABC, that this is an ABC, and we're going to get a new ABC like this. So I would probably give a slight advantage to the bullish bounce. But of course, if there are strong bearish candles pushing through 113 like we had here, in fact, like yesterday, and you have a good breakout with the closing the low, break below 113, of course, in that case, price action is indicating that the bearish break is happening, obviously. So that's important. And that's why price action and candlestick patterns and candlesticks in general are so important. Now, of course, if we get bullish engulfing twins at 113 like that, then without the break like this, or a false break perhaps even, then of course it is looking like a bullish bounce, obviously. Now, at the moment, price is retracing yesterday's bearish candle. So I think that it's still a pullback for more downside. I think it's just a pullback to the 21 EMA, to the broken resistance. I'm expecting a bounce here. I would expect 4-hour or 1-hour bearish candles to pop up anywhere here, anywhere between here and 114.75, and then turn back down again towards that target, roughly at 113, maybe 113.25-ish could be that target. Of course, if it breaks above, as I said, if it breaks above the 114.75, that would be problematic for the bears. I would be scared, or not scared, but I would be less inclined to see that continuation down to the target, all right? Because in that case, it's breaking above the 21 EMA zone, it's breaking above the resistance trend lines, it's breaking above the previous top as well. If I add our ECS Wiz tool, you can see that price broke below the third Wiz level, which is always a key level, and the fourth target is, in my view, still open. It was close, but didn't hit it quite yet. So I think that's a target that's still open. The third Wiz level could become resistance and could aim for the fourth. So 113.50 is a more conservative target. And if it breaks below 113.50 and 113, then there's space down to 112. If it breaks below 112, there's space down to 110. Those are the key kind of targets in my mind for the euro dollar downside. All right, moving on to the pound dollar. Same thing. We're in a good downtrend, and price continued to the downside, in fact, yesterday as well. Let's take a look at that daily chart. There we go. And you can see, let's get rid of this fib. You can see that a continuation candle yesterday confirming the lower low at this moment. That's something I was waiting for. In fact, we had the second breakout here. That's what I was waiting for too. The first breakout here, second breakout here, below the 21 EMA. That's always an important and key kind of moment, because if you get the second break, that often is a much more sturdier, more reliable breakout than the first one. Look at that. This was the first break below the 21 EMA. Didn't go too far. This was the first break above the 21 EMA. Didn't go anywhere either. So second break when price was in this 21 EMA was important. And you can see that we got a good breakout to the downside here below the trend line. And now I think we're in probably a wave 3. It could still be a wave ABC, just like the euro dollar, in fact. ABC, ABC, ABC. But it doesn't really matter whether this is a wave 3 or a wave C. More downside, I think, is likely for the moment. Let's put a fib from here to here on this swing high, swing low, and let's see where the targets are. Oh, sorry about that. There's some horizontal line giving some issues. But if you look at the targets, it's roughly at 128.20 as you can see, and 127, where the minus 272 and the minus 61.8 target are lined up. I think there's space. I think that at the moment this is probably a pullback or retracement within that downtrend for the moment, specifically if it stays below yesterday's high, just like the euro dollar. There we go. Let's put a line there at 129.80. So all of this could just be simple pullback. And if you look at the 1 hour chart, it's a good trend channel, by the way, on the pound dollar. Nice trend going on at this moment. Look at that. Very neat. So I think that it's pretty good for continuation in my humble view. Let's take a look at the hourly chart, and this could all be part of a wave 1, 2, 3. This could be a wave 4, down it goes for a wave 5, for instance, and all of that could be still part of a bigger wave 3, like this being wave 1, 2, 3, up it goes for 4, and down for 5 again. So we could see a move up, down, for instance, could happen a couple of times still. Now the price action is looking pretty bullish on this 1 hour chart. So, you know, that might look scary. All in all, if I look at the market structure though, I think that this is most likely a retracement. Let's see how price responds in the 21 EMA zone right here. If price sticks to the 21 EMA zone, then and just goes sideways like this, then there's a good chance that price will use that as a resistance, break below this support, and then continue lower again. All right? I should use a red arrow instead, sorry. But if it breaks above the 21 EMA, that could be problematic. You know, we are in this setup ourselves with ECS Live. We took 2 trades on this pound dollar short. We are in that target. In that trade, we actually missed the target, unfortunately, by some 5 pips only, or 6 pips. So that was really close. A little bit annoying that we are going through this pullback after hitting or getting so close to the target, but that's part of life. One of those setups is already at break even though, so the risk is off the table. So I think that this is probably still a pullback, specifically if it stays below this bottom. It all could still be part of wave 4, because that's where we have the wave 1 potential, right? Ending here, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 cannot go into territory of wave 1. So as long as it retraces below that level, below 129.70, then it could still be part of wave 4. Specifically, if it bounces at this 21 EMA, then it's most likely to be a wave 4. At the moment, bullish price action, so any bearish price action or wicks could be good for a confirmation of wave 4. Of course, the confirmation of it for wave 5 is the break below the support line here and a continuation lower like that. All right, and last but not least, don't forget our special offer. I mentioned it a couple of times already last 2 weeks or so, so I don't want to be repetitive, but it is a nice offer, I think, and will get you to the next level. I do think with our free MACD module, CAN-MACD module, sorry, and 3 months of live, 3 months, so that's 1 quarter. So I really think it's a very sturdy and good offer, and I think it will be a win-win for all of us. So take a look at the offer, think about it. It only requires you to open an account with XM with a 500 euro deposit. So simple requirements. So hope that you can also join, and that we'll see you in the channel, and that you support the ECS community. And yeah, hope to see you soon. All right, so wish you good trading in the meantime, in any case, and cheers.